North East's a great region. It's got great volunteers, the best I've seen. The coaches and the volunteers are so welcoming. I've came through from all the Young Athletes Leagues, the Tartan Games, North East Championships, and there's a great spirit between the coaches and the volunteers and the officials in the North East, and I believe it's played a massive part in my career. I mean, if the coaches weren't so committed, and the volunteers and the officials weren't so positive and welcoming, sometimes people could steer away from the sport. But as I say, the officials and the volunteers are so welcoming, so they've got so much enthusiasm in the North East, so it's definitely helped me in my career.
You've just said they've played a massive part in your career. How much have they influenced you during your time from starting off athletics to where you are now?
Oh, massively. I can remember starting when I was 11 years old, and Christine Courtney, she was one of the first starters, and she's seen me develop, and she supported me all the way throughout my career. She started me off in competitions at Jarrow in minor, Young Athletes League, Young Athletes meetings indoors, to the European Cup. So when I was competing for Great Britain, so the support which I've been shown through my career from the coaches and the volunteers and officials, it's helped me massively throughout the years.
2013 has been a bit of a breakthrough year for you. Those 2012's been and gone, but 2013 is where you really stepped up the mark and put your name down in the Team GB relay team.
Yeah, I believe 2012 would have been that year without my injury. 2013, yeah, I guess it was a breakthrough to say. I made it onto the team a number of times. I competed in the World Championships, so yeah, I guess it was my major breakthrough, but hopefully next year I can definitely cement a place making individual teams and start to push on for medals from now on.
What was it like to be on that track in such a huge event like the World Championships in Russia, to share the track with Usain Bolt and Nesta Carter, all those fantastic athletes out there? What was that like from your point of view?
It was unbelievable. I was stood in the call room with the rest of the GB guys, lining up near the Jamaicans, Warren Wee and Nesta Carter, and it was just amazing because for the 3 years before that I'd been competing at a decent level, Great Britain Juniors, but you see all these guys on TV, Nesta Carter running 9.7, and I found myself stood on the start line thinking, God, I'm competing against this guy. I've not got to let him go, I've got to follow him, I've got to run a good leg and compete against this guy now. So to be stood on the start line competing against the best in the world in front of a massive crowd and obviously millions of people on TV representing Great Britain, it was an awesome feeling. It was something I'll never forget, and hopefully I'll carry it with me and learn from it and hopefully make more Great Britain teams and win more medals. 2014
is a big year in terms of the Commonwealth Games. Is that the main goal for this winter training head leading up to that season? Is the Commonwealth the one that you want?
Yeah, the Commonwealth is the one I want. I think it's going to be a great atmosphere in Glasgow. And the Commonwealth Games is a big event with it having lots of different sports. The Europeans is also going to be a big one, but the Commonwealth Games is the one I'm aiming for and looking forward to the most.
What are you expecting to run this season?
I think I can run big PBs this year. I didn't do winter training, so I've started winter training now under a new coach. I'm lottery funded, so I'll get a lot of help with my physio, hopefully some great coaching with a hard winter behind me. Hopefully I can push towards a 10-second barrier and 20 seconds barrier.
Finally, what's it like to be back here up in Gateshead? I know you ran here and you won English school titles here, and you also Gateshead Harrier yourself. What's it like to be back here, and especially when you compete here again as well?
Oh, it's so humbling to come back down. I mean, I came back from the World Championships and I competed at the Tartan Games in front of a home crowd, and I was signing autographs for the kids afterwards, and it's so welcoming and such a warm feeling signing autographs for the kids, because it was only 10 years ago I was in their position, a young kid looking up to other athletes in the area like Jared Deacon and Alison Kirbishley, Chris Tomlinson, people like that. So to come home and compete in front of my home crowd on my home track, it was really warm and welcoming, and it just brings you back down to earth, and it's really humbling, and I love competing in the North East. I couldn't think of a better place to come back home and compete.